No, it's fine.
What's up, y'all? This is What the Podcast. This is episode 6. I am your host, Nightlife, joined by Sandman,
What up?
D Rock, the comedian extraordinaire.
What's up with it?
Hope y'all having trying to get over what's going on. There's a lot of things going on, of course. I know the last podcast we had was a bit heavy. Hopefully, this can be a little bit lighter today. But there's still just too much shit going on. I think we had like 2 days of solid, like, yeah, this shit might be going somewhere. And then all of a sudden, we get the lynchings. It felt like the way that they're approaching the lynchings too is like they're trying to pass them off as suicides, like we don't know better. Considering all the things that we've been through with George Floyd, the countless other murders of Black people in unjust situations for Black people, and then we see this, and this is symbolism.
I'll say this about the suicides, about the purported suicides. And I don't mean to be insensitive at all, because I know when you're dealing with depression and dealing with suicidal thoughts, you're not in the right frame of mind. But I've never seen, I won't say never, but it's very rare for someone to make a spectacle out of their suicide.
Mm-hmm.
It's normally a very personal thing that they are holding, unless they're calling out for help. Then it becomes public. But the actual act of I'm going to go ahead and I've committed to doing the act is normally a private one, because they don't want people to find out. So to publicly hang yourself from a tree, to me, or from wherever they were found, is completely unlikely. So to call it in a snap judgment a suicide, to me, is a slap in the face. It's apparent that that's not what it is. And it's really, really depressing to know that it happened in what's supposed to be the most progressive state in the union. The fact that it happened in California is very interesting. But I was also having a conversation with friends of mine today that there is a strong difference between what is considered Southern California and Northern California. And I'm finding out very quickly that Northern California is very, and I'm not afraid to say it, very, very racist. It is a strong difference.
At points and places.
Yeah, certain areas, definitely.
Now, I want to say this, and I'm going to propose this to you, D Rock. As a person, if you're in a situation and you're going to commit suicide, you're going to climb a tree. You're going to place a noose around your neck. You're going to tie a noose. You're going to place a noose around your neck. And you're going to jump off, subsequently hanging yourself.
Don't even sound right.
And you're going to do this with no one around and no help in this situation. I'm not saying that you need help to do anything of that nature, but it just, I mean, what do you think?
It don't make no sense. Who does that? As a person, you want to spend all that time. Most people that do that, and I'm not condoning, I don't think it's right at all to kill yourself. I think, you know what I'm saying, if you have problems, I think you should definitely talk to somebody, but nobody wants to go out their way to go through all that. You got to put all that work in. You got to climb up a tree. You got to throw a rope over. Not only that, then you have to catch that rope, and when you jump, you got to make sure that thing stay and hold you. That's just too much work. That's way too much stuff going on. And then you're in the middle of an area. Like Sandman said, that's a call for help. If somebody doing that and they went out the way to do that, that's a big call for help. But with the time we living in right now, with the protests that are happening, with the things that are changing slowly, some people are, it's gonna happen. People are gonna regress, no matter how much this stuff changes and everything. goes a different way, we all get the respect we need. There's still gonna be people out there that still gonna hate us, still wanna lynch us, kill us, and stuff like that. So I mean, do we stop teaching our kids to watch out for the police? Do we stop teaching our kids watch out for other people out there because some people still don't like the color of your skin?
Right.
I don't think that conversation ever stops.
It never will.
Yeah,
but I will do have to touch on that and just say that I have seen situations where people are very thought out in the way that they plan to end their life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that far out. But what I will say is that normally is something that is private for them. You lock yourself in the garage and turn on the car. You're in your house when you decide to take your life with a weapon, or you're in your bathtub when you decide to possibly do some harm yourself, by slitting your wrist or something. Like, it's normally private. It's not something that's on the display like that, unless they're calling out for help. And if they're calling out for the help, they're not committed to actually trying to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Considering the progress that was made in a very short time. There were things that, some of it was window dressing, and some of it was just them doing things to get out in front and to make your company look more appealing, and doing shit. It's just, it seems like things were being done. Symbols that are of racism were coming down. They're pulling down statues. They are doing things that are just overtly promoting the fact that Black Lives Matter, painting right in front of the White House Black Lives Matter in yellow print on the entire street and the entire boulevard. It seems like those things happen, and people started to look at themselves again, because at one time racism was taboo. It was, we gotta be cool out in public, but we gotta do it in private. And now I think we were kind of moving to that point a little bit. And now it's like, this happens, and another police shooting happens.
Yeah.
And as these things are going on, it just drags us right back. Atlanta just rebuilt all their shit. Well, pretty much had recovered from what happened. And then that incident happens, and all of a sudden they're right back out rioting again and destroying stuff, because I just don't understand why these things have to be done. And I know we don't really want to jump subjects or whatnot, but I think those things kind of tie together, because, man.
I think for me, I feel like I was very numb after Trayvon all the way up into George Floyd. And then George Floyd, to me, was how heinous and horrible that was to witness. That murder basically broke the pipe for me. You know what I'm saying? Burst the pipe of all that pressure that had built up of me just repressing everything. With the lynchings and the murder that happened not even a week after we put George Floyd in the ground. That's the part that's really bothered me the most. It hasn't even been a week since this man got buried. And we're right back here. And I've cried my eyes out. And I'm cried out as far as, when George was murdered, I cried my eyes out. And I've cried out. And I can feel myself starting to feel numb again. And I hate it. And God bless Malcolm Hirsch, Robert Fuller, and Rashad Brooks. This needs to change. This is the bottom line, man. I don't want to feel numb. I don't want to feel like this is, it's another one. It shouldn't be another one. All these lives matter. We just got done marching, myself and Nightlife. We just got done marching on Saturday. Like, I literally had to leave work yesterday. No joke. Because I was literally just thinking about this. I'm tired, man, and I'm glad that that's the name of this particular episode because that's exactly what it is. You know.
I mean, I got to look at the situation with Brooks, man, and that thing was it creates these yeah but situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you broke the law. Yeah, but you was fighting the police. Yeah, but you was doing this. Yeah, but, and it just seems like it's always a little sliver for someone to be able to say to play devil's advocate with
Yep.
situations like that. Okay, the man fought. Okay, the man took the taser away. Okay, he ran. But
He pointed the taser.
Was he a threat?
And this is what I've been telling people. It's just like, it is a whole bunch of yeah but situations in this, and I guess that's what made Floyd different. It's what made George different. It was no way anybody could wiggle out of that, and it's very interesting just how much different he was prior to the scuffle. Very polite, very, you know what I'm saying? But the thing I'm looking at is this. The man he took the taser, which is a non-lethal weapon. That's one. He's running away from you and he points a taser at you, which is also a non-lethal weapon. What is the maximum effective range of a taser from an individual who is not triggered on you or zeroed in on you and is running away from you?
Yeah.
So at what point does that become deadly? Is deadly force authorized for someone who's running away from you? Like, should they have pursued him? Yeah, absolutely. He was in the wrong. But why was the service weapon brandished?
Right.
It's always
Was
the
he
same
right?
stuff. It's always
Yeah.
the same. I don't know, man. It gets old. I mean, at this point, because then they showed a video. I seen a video running on Instagram of a white guy. He getting put on the ground, telling him to get on the ground. He keeps getting up, constantly running at the cop. The cop shoots him with the taser, takes the taser, and then just runs at the cop, and the cop runs off. Like
Right.
just literally running from him. You feel me? Nothing, no gunshot, no let's get him. He didn't jumped in the cop's car, whipping it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for him to be able to do all this stuff and all we want to do is just get away. You feel me? We ain't even trying to fight. We just want to live. So at the end of the day, we could tell this story that, man, I lived. You know what I'm saying? Like watching Dave Chappelle stand up and him, you know, letting that lady know, like, we don't look at George Floyd as a hero because of him taking that death for us. No, we look at him as a hero because the stuff that happened to him that he didn't want to happen to him is now making changes in this world. We didn't want him to be no hero like that. Nobody wants a black man to be a hero like that. That's never good.
Not at all.
No, we don't need situations where black men are martyrs for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, it's just like it's really hard for people to understand that. And they're like, well, why are you celebrating him and blah 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 blah. I was like, well, I mean, you celebrate Trump, but Trump's a rapist. But Trump's a racist. But Trump is, you know what I'm saying? Trump's a misogynist dude. Trump is the reason why there's little Mexican kids in gated beds shitting themselves and can't have access to shower and clean water and all this type of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Jailed. They actually are jailed. Call it what it is. Jailed. But he is celebrated. But this man lost his life, like countless others in that manner, lost their lives. And we're not able to get them and use that as an opportunity to be able to use those as teaching moments and to use those as ways to be able to inspire us to do better and to get our shit together as a nation, we can't use that. I don't understand.
Especially like we said with this particular situation, you cannot, but with George Floyd.
No.
So that being said, why wouldn't you feel away and feel fed up? We finally got to the point where there's no but. There shouldn't have been a but in the first for most of these situations. But now we clearly have a completely benevolent situation.
Mm-hmm.
True.
You know, in malice on their part. Yeah. But you kind of, I know this is not on the docket, but this notion of defunding police, I kind of wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I feel like whoever is doing PR is a horrible person. Because they're not talking, when you say defund the police, defund means to strip money or strip funding away from something, which makes it seem like you want to completely abolish police. And that's not what they're saying. And what they need to be saying is reform.
Rebuild,
reform, something. I actually agree with Joe Biden. I was on the side of you need to send individuals who are trained to go deal with mental patients, you know what I'm saying, or someone who's experiencing some type of trauma or drug situations. But he's like, my daughter is a civil servant, and I'm not comfortable sending her by herself to go deal with a person who's, she deals in mental illness. I'm not comfortable just sending her by herself. Even in mental institutions, they have orderlies. Like, there's still, if there's a moment where they have to be physical and restrain someone, they have orderlies. So he said what they should be doing is sending that skilled technician who understands that side of it alongside of a police officer who is unarmed. So if it's a situation that happens, they can handle it physically, but that should be the last resort. You know what I mean? And I had to agree with them on that.
Well, one thing that stood out to me in this whole thing, because people always, pull at, okay, more training.
Well, it needs to be more training for sure.
There absolutely has to be more training.
Yeah.
When you just telling somebody to go in and do 21 weeks, and then you out there protecting and serving, it's like you don't even have the mental capacity to deal with some of the shit that's happening. You can't even be prepared to that. Yeah. It takes you longer to be a soldier. And you're doing similar things that a soldier would do. And you telling me that 21 weeks with a person with no educational background in criminal justice that's just out there with, and you don't have no mental screening for these cats to be able to see what's going on. No background checks to see if they are, have previous ties to white supremacists, or to have mental illness, or to have any type of things where maybe they were traumatized as a child and brought that into their job.
In the military, we have checklists before we engage the enemy. There's literal training to where they'll put military members in stressful situations, and they'll evaluate how they act, and they'll ask them why they use deadly force. And everything's not always cut and dry. Like a friend of mine was telling me today, he's like, I was in a situation to where somebody was moving different, and they had the training weapon on them, and they were moving weird, and he decided to use deadly force. They simulated deadly force, and the guy said, "Why'd you shoot him?" He's like, "Well, he had the weapon and he was moving funny." And he was like, "So why'd you shoot him?" So my question is this: We have specific ROEs that we have to follow, rules of engagement, and you will get nailed to the wall upon your return. And I'm not saying the rules of engagement are not broken, but upon your return from your deployment or from your area that you're serving in, you will get nailed to the wall if you broke rules of engagement because there's accountability. Why does that same accountability not exist for police officers?
Even that. I mean,
they need real schooling. I just feel like they need some real schooling. I seen the post they put out about like Germany. You got to go to school for 3 years. You got to get this and that. I feel like if you think about it, a lot of things that are big for us in the American community, as far as nurses, doctors, lawyers, firefighters, even, you got to go through a lot of schooling before you can even touch or do anything. So for them just to only have to do 21 weeks and then you can that's like going to technical school. My G, I can go get a technical, certificate and be good money. But that doesn't mean I'm ready to hit no real field and do no real work until I really get some understanding. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get into this type of thing, you need to go down to the areas where we patrol at, and you need to meet these people before you become a cop. Like being a cop first. Go meet them before you become a cop. Understand what they do, how they live, why they're in this situation based on their president and the shit that we've been dealing with all this time, and get an understanding before you ever come down here as a cop. That just ain't gonna work.
And it's funny that you say that because I agree with you 100%. I feel like cops should live in their beat.
Oh, yeah.
There's no reason why, and it happens often to where cops do not live where they patrol.
No.
If I see D-Rock and I'm a cop, and I see D-Rock at church, I see D-Rock in the grocery store, I know that D-Rock, he be wilding out sometimes, so I need to approach him a little different, and I can better police him.
Exactly.
And then you had that actual relationship with people that you see on a day-to-day basis where they may be irrational at that particular point, and you can talk them down a lot easier because, okay,
you know what time it is.
You know what you right, man. I shouldn't even did that.
Exactly.
You had those moments of grace, and when you have somebody coming from out of town from different situations where maybe they had bad situations where they were at and they got their ass whooped over where they was in a jurisdiction that they was working at previously and had bad situations over there, and they carry that policing style over to here, and they want to take it out on people.
Yeah, or it'd be the simple situation of they've been growing up in the boonies or the super white area where they ain't seen a lot of blacks, and when they do, they always hear somebody say some racial stuff, and then they stick with them when they come down to LA, Oakland. They want to get into these areas and really become real police. That's that shit.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it be.
Want to make a difference.
Yeah, that's how it always is, man. I had a highway patrolman outside the house today. I wasn't here for me. He was here dropping the old man off, but the whole time my heart racing because I don't know what you think when you see me. I don't know what you believe is going on when I walk out my door, So that stuff always sticks with me when I see police.
It's part that sucks because the last time I checked, they're supposed to be the guardians. They're supposed to be the peacekeepers. Like that's part of their job. And if you're instilling and invoking fear when people see you, how are you a peacekeeper?
Yeah. And let it be said, man, that there are really good police out
there. There are.
There's some.
I know good police personally.
They're at their job. They're outstanding at their job, man.
Matter of fact, I'll put one on blast right now. Shout out Israel Graham.
Yeah.
Shout out Israel Graham. Great police. Good brother.
When you had those situations, it's like, man, when I grew up as a kid, they had DARE and they had the police come up and all of those, and all of that stuff, and they were community police. So you, just like you said, you see them at the grocery store, you see them at football games, you see them here, you see them there. So it was like you was able to build a community relationship with them.
Yeah.
And cats is just, it's budget cuts, it's not placing these people in the proper communities that he needs to be placed at, and not having the proper training. It's just a whole badass mix of that shit, man. And then when you can go over there and knock somebody upside the fucking head and you can lose your job, but you can go and apply at another fucking jurisdiction and be
and be
doing
picked
the
right
same
up.
job.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Dude, if you fuck up something in any other job, if you go to a bank and you steal money from a bank and you get fired for that, you can't work at banks no more.
I won't even go that far because stealing money. Well, never mind. I will go that far because stealing money at banks is to murdering someone as a cop. So
Right.
I give you that. But even for like the smaller incidents that may have made them have to move, you just couldn't keep good books at the bank. They not gonna hire you at another bank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
And it'd be people that make it on TV though. You know, people get fired, lose their job, but you didn't see their face plastered everywhere. So it's not like, oh, I need to see their record. You know what their record is. You know why they coming to you. You know why they left their other job and came here.
They got databases for pedophiles. You can have databases for badass fucking police.
I guarantee those databases exist. They're probably just not propagated. You know,
well, they passed some laws about it now in some states where it's like it's automatic. Like you can't. I think Minneapolis they passed a law where it's like your record is open. You can't seal it. Ain't no hiding it. So if you got a whole bunch of write-ups and all that, you can't get a job. You can't move to the next spot.
Yep.
How y'all feel about that executive order?
I think again it's window dressing. He picked the less of the two. He picked the less of the evils that were there, and chose that, and to try to stand on it because it's all a fucking dog and pony show.
He checked the box.
Here, black.
I didn't get a chance to see it. So what exactly are we getting?
Basically, we are getting some of the things. We are getting some of the things that was asked for. For example, I can't remember. It was like 3 main points that I saw on CNN today, and so we are getting some of the things that was asked for.
Mm.
But it's going to take more than an executive order to change the culture of police in this country. Basically, that was enough for him to say, "Yep." When it comes for election time, you can't say I didn't do anything.
But I
put out an executive order.
I got something for you on this executive order bullshit. I got something for you because
I'll look it up right now. So
I'm
gonna look down and look it up.
If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, he was making executive orders on shit that he couldn't even deliver on because he didn't have the power to do it.
Yeah.
The whole shit when he was gonna stop social media.
Yeah,
Executive order. This shit is window dressing, man. It's all window dressing. That's all it is. He can't. The things that he attempts to do.
So I got it here. So Trump's order would also incentivize local departments to bring in experts on mental health, addiction, homelessness as co-responders to help officers manage these complex encounters. It also said the order would create federal incentives to the Justice Department for local police departments that seek independent credentialing to certify that law enforcement is meeting higher standards for the use of force and de-escalation training. These standards, Trump noted that these standards would include the banning of the use of chokeholds, especially controversial tactic that has led to high-profile deaths of multiple African American men. And it says, except if the law, this is the hook, except if an officer's life is at risk. There's the hook.
It's the South Park coming right for us shit. That's all it is. And even with that.
Now, the database you're talking about, that's actually part of the executive order too. The text of the order directs the Justice Department to create and maintain a database to track when officers have been terminated, decertified, or have been criminally convicted for unduly conduct, or face civil judgments for improper use of force. So it notes that information sharing related to use of force complaints will not apply in instances where a law enforcement officer resigns or retires while under active investigation related to the use of force, and emphasize the database to track only episodes in which an officer was afforded fair process. So if they resign,
hey,
I want
to know how many zeros he putting towards this. That's what I want to know. what's the financial tag that's going
Now, but it does not address qualified immunity, a legal doctrine that reform advocates say shields police from liability when they basically do something wrong. So that's the whole paid leave, So let me check this box.
Yeah.
See, guys, in November, I fought for police reform. That's what that is.
Yeah. Joe Biden better come up with a better plan. He better come up with some plans. I heard him talk about the whole police thing, but he got to come up with some plans because if he ain't got nothing, it's gonna be bad all around.
Hey, I gave you $1,200. Don't forget that, black people.
Man, you see that sign they put up that show about the Negroes back in the day and how much it was to buy them? It was $1,200, and now that made. I was like, dude, I couldn't believe it when I seen that. That blew my mind when I seen that. That's how much we cost back in the day.
Are you serious?
Back in the day when they used to sell slaves, a slave cost $1,200. Mm-hmm. So the fact that we got that exact money back in our pocket, that's their way of saying reparation was paid. Except for people that are on child support, dealing with stuff where they can't pay it. You know, certain things where black people are dealing with it the hardest. Wow. So they gave us money, but at the same time, they was like, yo, I was going to give you this money, but you got your own troubles you ain't paying, so I'm not going to worry about you. That's how they doing it. It's a cold world. Yeah, man, but it's the same world we've been living in. Ain't nothing changed.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Ain't nothing changed at all, man. This ain't nothing new.
No.
I think we got like I said, I think we got to breathe good for 2 days. We really felt like, hey, you know what?
Stuff might change.
Shit might go. And then it doesn't. And then we back to the same thing. But you know what though? They're gonna respond. We're gonna have more protests. We're gonna have more marches. We're gonna have more situations where people are going to unify in situations where, hey, we're not spending our money here. When you start doing that as a collective,
except for the fact that the new Jordans come out on July 7th.
Yeah, people gonna be lined up for that. That's just
FYI. The new J's dropped July 7th. The National Blackout Day.
Maybe it's the change. People ain't gonna go there. People ain't gonna buy no Jordans that day. Don't buy. Listen, if you listen to this, don't buy no Jordans that day. Stay away from the Jordans.
People really tell sneakerheads. You really think sneakerheads.
Have it shipped to the house, but don't go up to that stuff. Have it shipped to that crib.
It's so wrong. But then again, you just got to go back to the source of that because you know what, MJ, even in his infinite wisdom with his $100 million that we don't know where the fuck it went, should be able to pull the trigger on that and go, no, we're not going to do that this day. I understand what's happening. We'll move our release date to another day.
Just know, look, just know if Jordan don't do that, Jordan gonna hit y'all with the pose like this. They're gonna have that picture of him going like this. Ain't nothing I can do. I just do this, you know.
Right. But speaking of people moving dates, and I know I'm getting off track. I'm sorry. The rally though on Juneteenth in Tulsa. Word,
yeah. Dude.
That's what he's doing.
He trolls, man. He trolls
all day.
He said he moved the rally to the next day, but it's still in Tulsa.
He's trolling, man. That's absolutely troll shit. That's all it is. He's fucking 6'9" senior, man. He's a troll. He's trolling.
Yeah, he's loving it.
Make it seem like, well, it's a celebration. All my rallies are celebrations. So, you know, it's like we're celebrating on Juneteenth. Oh,
yeah.
That's corny.
Yeah, we ain't that stupid out here, man.
Man, that's corny. You know he corny. For that.
Oh, God. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You can't laugh or cry, bro.
It's just hard, but you know what, though, man? I'm going to tell you something. The thing that I like the most is I think that some of these people that are in office are sweating now.
Yeah.
I think they're getting uneasy.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what's going to happen.
But if they keep having situations like they had in Georgia with voting.
Where they just disenfranchise voters and fuck up the fuck up the voting the poll stations so where they don't work properly, shut down shit.
People waited
moving
for 4
shit
hours.
around.
Yeah, but they made it happen. They still voted. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got to be.
And God bless
As
them.
bad as it's gonna be, that's how we got to be.
How many? There was a lot of folks that turned away too because their jobs ain't gonna let like your job gives you time to go vote. Sure, ain't no job finna give you 4 hours to go
wait.
vote.
That's true. Hey, some people had to lose on that one. That is true. They did mess that up, and that's their plan. That's what they're gonna keep doing.
It's so
now
mad.
they realize everybody going.
Yeah, and that's what it's gonna take. But I keep telling people, local government, you need to be just as invested in local government as you are federal government because that's what's going to change the narrative in your town. So you don't have a Minneapolis situation happen because you voted for the police chief and the mayor and the governor and you voted in your local election. Who is the supervisor of your town? Who's the mayor of your city? Who's the
True.
Vote.
You know the good thing about us doing the march out here, we got to see we got to see people's faces.
Yep.
We got to see who was who. So you was there.
Yeah.
You had a legitimate stake in what we was doing. We're gonna see you on the billboards. We're gonna see your names, and we're gonna see you and see opportunities to be able to use and get out and exercise our vote for you. And then those people that were missing, where was this guy at?
Yeah, for sure.
Where was this lady at? Why wasn't she here? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like,
but you want my vote though,
right? But you want my vote, but you ain't out here. You're not out here marching and walking, and you're not speaking. Kudos to them cats that got up there. The sheriffs and police chiefs and congressmen and mayor and all of that stuff that got up there and spoke to those people. I didn't really see a lot of side talk. I did hear a lot of side talk when I went to SAC because there were some cats up there that wasn't about shit that was up there talking.
The police?
There was people that was running for office that wasn't about shit that was up there talking.
Okay.
Oh yeah, people was profiting off that. When I went to the one weeks back, it was just like that.
You know when somebody's speaking from their heart, and you know when somebody's speaking that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know. They just giving you the public, they're giving you the company line and giving you the slogan, and man, get out of here with that shit.
I ain't gonna lie to you though, it kind of messed me up because I felt like everybody at that march wasn't there for the right reason. Now, call it youthful ignorance, but I don't know who they are, so I feel like I can't really call them out too hard. But the two girls that was around us that was taking selfies with the cops and teeing it up, that definitely rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, that's not what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be cute and do Instagram poses. Like, that's not what we're here for.
Nah, I mean, you're gonna get that with any movement like that, man. You're gonna get people that just are hangers on. Anybody that thinks shit is trendy. I mean, I would rather you think justice is trendy than anything else. So fuck it. If that's gonna make you get out there and walk, God bless you.
Touche, sir.
I would take it. Because you could be doing some nonsense right now. You could be doing a fucking TikTok video right now. You could have been spending your time doing that.
Touche.
You're not, so.
I retract my statement. That is a good, true statement.
All right, man.
So that was weird though.
Let's go ahead and close this subject out. Gentlemen, got any last thoughts on this? I think we've navigated beautifully from subject to subject. But as far as trying to put a pin on this, so this does not dominate the pod. Any closing thoughts in regards to that?
Nah, my bad for hijacking it.
Nah, I'm good.
All right. So as we were out there marching and as we did things, we noticed that the city and California was gradually opening up, where you can go out to eat, and you can go get haircuts now, and you can go do all of these things. So all in that situation, one second. So all in that situation, all of those things happen, and guess what? The numbers start shooting up.
No.
Right? So the bounce back is real on that, man. We're about to have a second wave. Florida just closed their shit back up. They did grand opening, grand closing like Hove.
Damn. I mean,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know about Florida. I didn't know that either.
I've been so preoccupied with everything else. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
That came out today.
I mean, it's not surprising though,
like, no,
because we were already seeing that China was doing it again. They were going back in. They was shutting back down. So once I seen that, I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna pick right back up over here because once the George Floyd thing happened, I could care less about COVID-19 at that time, man. We was out here trying to get what we deserve. That's what I'm saying. So a lot of people, we jumped out the gate. A lot of people that was already saying like, yo, I'm not going with the first wave. I'm gonna chill back. Once that George Floyd thing happened, fuck the first wave. We all out here. We in the streets. So, I mean, I knew it was going to possibly go up and we probably going to end up being back in the house. 2020 is already canceled. I mean, people that's going to Vegas and hitting them areas, have fun because you're going to be right back home stuck again, or you're going to be stuck in Vegas trying to get home.
That's the thing. It's like I look at myself in that situation, man. Like, fuck, my birthday is fucking is at the end of the month, and I'm supposed to go to Reno. I'm supposed to go to GSR. The only thing we do in a GSR is going in the room and sitting. We ain't doing nothing else. We going from one place. Hey, we getting away from the kids any way we can.
There you go. That works.
Then send the kids with them.
We go from one place to sit to drive to another place to sit, and I don't even care. But I'm not about to be out here. You're not about. I mean, I'm not touching those slot machines. I'm not. I don't want to be.
Get the gloves on.
I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm not doing.
Come on, man. You got to stay with the glove, nylon.
We went. Look.
Pop it 2 times. That's how you win.
We went to. You hella stupid.
I wasn't ready.
That's what my uncle always taught me. If you got a real bad on your pop it 2 times, that's gonna get you the win right there.
Hey, you there?
But yeah, that's gonna be tough, man. Going to Reno and not being able to really do what you really want to do there, that's tough.
Nah, man. I mean, we went out.
I'm
not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. We went out to eat a couple times.
I did too.
And I mean, I guess they did the best that they could with what they had, and I felt that I was safe. I didn't really feel like nobody was just in my personal space and rubbing up against me and breathing and coughing and all that type of shit. I felt that they did a good job with doing that, but I just don't know in the long run how effective that's going to be because people naturally just be like, you know what, man, I've been rolling the dice and I ain't caught this shit hell long, man. Fuck this mask. And then all of a sudden, then you fucked up.
A cough is a gunshot now. That's
what you do.
I'll be trying to hold my shit in. I'll be in places and I gotta cough it up like
you damn near strangling yourself not to cough. Yeah, that's tough right there.
You're right. You turned purple over there, sir.
I was actually talking to some friends of mine today about some stuff, and they had made me laugh. And when I laugh super hard, I cough. This has always been a thing for me. So I had to literally grab my mask and go.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see, man. I don't know. As far as comedy shows, I ain't got nothing, you know. I mean, they just open mics back up, so we might get that for the next month and a half, 2 months. But if they shut it down, I mean, it's over. But even then,
you bring a portable shield with you, big box. You just sit in the box. You do that.
There you go.
Hey, what y'all need is to bring your own.
Everybody need them headphones.
You need to bring your own Janet Jackson headset. That's what you need.
There you go.
Bring your Janet Jackson headset, the Rhythm Nation. You bring the Rhythm Nation with you.
Exactly.
And you come up and you do your fucking
6
set
feet.
there.
That way you ain't got to touch the mic.
You ain't got to touch the mic. Exactly.
Smart
exactly.
man. I like that.
I might have to do that. I might steal that.
What you were saying, my bad, G. You were saying, D-Rock.
No, I wasn't saying nothing really other than it's just nothing to do. I mean, I just talked to a guy recently that I was supposed to have a show with back in March, and that got canceled. So I'm like, okay, what we doing now? He said he figuring some things out. But with now here in Florida being shut down and possibly it's going to move through Georgia because they trying to shut Georgia down. That's pretty much what they finna look to do. They not finna let people keep roaming around Georgia. They going to shut Georgia down. Once they do that, it's all the major areas. They're going to hit Texas, New York, Chicago. All the places going to get hit.
Yeah.
And we stuck back in the house again. So back to making my show. That's what I'm about to do. Finish my damn show. I'm about to create this damn thing.
Finish your show. Use your online. You very
for real
careful with that, man. Keep doing your video clips with that shit, man. I
Most
think that's
definitely.
gonna be the way to go.
I'm excited.
Gavin Newsom been out here, man. He been rolling the dice. He was talking that big shit at the beginning, sticking his chest out. Nah, I'm closing California. Nobody's doing nothing. Everybody's staying in the house. We're not spreading this shit. And then them big truck cats walked up with them fucking semis and walked up and was yelling at police at the Capitals and shit. He was just like, well, you know what? Maybe we might want to just try.
We're gonna do it in stages,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And those stages came hella quick. That shit was
they
like
start flowing.
That shit was like going on a tour. They was like, man, okay, we got we stage one this week. All right, stage 2. Oh shit, stage 3. Oh, dude, we only have
stage 4.
Stage 4. But you know what? We're gonna talk about stage 5 tomorrow.
They was like, 2 days each stage was open. They wasn't wasting no time, man. They was trying to hurry that up. And I think after that rally I went to, or the protest I went to, I don't know, it was like 3 weeks ago. It had to be when Matt Barnes was out here and he was doing it. They had a bar that was open that night. That was open like with packed. I'm talking about everybody was up in there. So I'm like, some people just don't care. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do what they're gonna do. You know,
even the one of the clubs that I like to frequent myself is open for dinner, and I ain't gonna go classes. I love them to death. They open for dinner because they can't do bar and dancing, and I get it from a business owner's standpoint because even all the business owners I've been talking to have been saying like this is devastating for us. You know what I'm saying? And I get it from a business owner standpoint, but we're gonna be right back.
Hey, Twin Peaks open back up.
Oh boy.
I ain't never been there. I see that spot. It's like down the street from my house. I ain't never been there. I need to check that out.
I went to lunch today and I said, maybe I should go sit down in there. See if the burgers are still good.
Yeah, sure. The burgers.
That's funny.
Don't even get at me with the coffee shit though, son.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they make good coffee there?
You gotta take me there. We gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't
but
drink coffee.
I'll say this. We did go get sushi on my birthday. Very socially distanced on my birthday. It was the day before. 6 feet apart. Everybody in there had masks. Everybody in there was good to go. Like you said, I didn't feel no type of way. Went to B-Dubs yesterday. Every other table was empty. There's considerable distance. I feel like under those circumstances, we might have an opportunity to bounce back. If stuff is done smart, then maybe. But filling a club up full of people,
not worth it.
You're not gonna. There's no way you're gonna keep people apart. There's no way. When you're talking bars and you're talking clubs, that whole point of having the social closeness that you have to people, to interact with people, to dance and all of this shit, nobody's gonna be dancing 6 feet apart, man.
To be fair, these kids don't dance no more anyway. So
they don't.
Hey.
The fact remains is that when they trying to pop at each other though,
really dance.
When they trying to pop at each other though,
busy.
They're gonna be close.
Hey, I like to know what your neck smell like. That's why we do like that. We got to dance from the back. I got to know what your neck smell like.
I'm not talking about like we did that too.
Okay. Because people always like to throw that at us. Hey, I like to smell your neck. That's how I roll. Yeah.
We did that too. I'm just talking about like, it used to be a situation where everybody was literally getting busy. It just seems like every time I'm in or around a club, people are
it's
on their
that,
phones. Or,
and there's that distance. Men and women don't even want to talk. Yeah, it's all that. Mirror dancers and all that. Yeah, we got that.
It's
sad.
Earring back, neck smelling ass out of here.
Hey, that's what I'm telling you. Ooh, I'm telling you, girls be having vicious stuff back there. Like, bitch put sardines on the back of her ear just before she went to the club. I'm telling you, girls be vicious. And sometimes it don't even be them. It'd be the wig. Bitch be like, the problem with women is, I love you women, but the problem with some women is, some of you roughneck bitches, y'all bitches like to take a shower, wash all your shit, but you ain't wash that damn hair. Like as if that's not an accessory, bitch, that need to be cleaned. They'll throw that shit on and be like, I'm ready. No, bitch. And then the friends be the cold part. that be the cold part. Your friends gas you up, bitch. You look so fucking good, bitch. Oh my god, every nigga finna holler at you tonight, and you be lying, cause bitch, you smell like T-Rex teeth, bitch. I don't.
No,
you smell like King Kong's left finger, cause he be just playing with it. I'm telling you, all that. Hell no, I'm not fucking with that.
What I understand is you put yourself in situations, man. Girls that look good and smell bad that's just a hard pill to
swallow. So not cool.
That's a hard pill
and they be acting bougie. That be the part. That be the thing that kill it.
No, because I'll tell them they stink.
See, listen, I wasn't brought up that way, so I was always respectful with it. I'll be like, hey,
if you want to act a certain type of way and you stink, you can't talk to me crazy.
I asked a girl what's her religion, because I gotta know, if you're a Christian, let's go pray. But if you're something else, let's figure out what they do to get this right, because we need to go that path, because we ain't on the right path right now with your hair or whatever the hell it is.
You need to go bathe in holy water.
Yeah. And that's another thing about kids. They need to take baths before they go get in the water and go get baptized. Because if you dirty and you get baptized, that's nasty. God don't like that.
Around the baptism,
boy, you ain't allowed to come back no more.
Up here smelling like Dennis Rodman look.
Boy, now the back of that earring stank. I know that stank. That hoop earring in the nose and the ear. I know it stank.
Happy birthday, dear leader. Happy birthday.
I can't do it. I'm just saying, man. You gotta clean yourself up, please.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. After Last Dance, I gained a lot more respect for Mr. Robin. I'm not gonna lie.
I did too. He a G. The way he lived his life was a dope way to live. I'm not even gonna fight. I'm not even gonna fight it or act like it wasn't.
I'm just bullshitting.
Robin, but I mean, growing up as a kid, so like for y'all knew Rodman. Y'all seen him play all them seasons. Me growing up in '92, I didn't know nothing about Rodman. All I knew is that nigga had the craziest hair. He wore dresses. He was a weirdo in our eyes. So it wasn't like
he married himself.
Exactly.
Himself.
So I didn't know the lifestyle he lived until I see that thing. I was like, Rodman was dope.
He married himself.
I got
a fun about that. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't catch that shit. He married himself.
He really did that. And that's like, I'm like, this dude is crazy, but his lifestyle was amazing. Like, I would never be mad at a person that lived like that. You did a lot of crazy things.
No, hey, Rodman did whatever he wanted, man. Dude, he's not going to be up in just the middle of the season. Like, man, I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah. And then
what always trips me out about that is, how does the like that guy get the pretty girls?
Because he's a wild guy.
Money.
You think it's just
being wild.
No, it's not
being
money.
wild. Being wild. And
yeah,
I don't know, because money is a factor nowadays.
So I'm like, how, Sway? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been trying to figure that out for a long time.
Carmen Electra, Madonna.
Yeah, what?
Who was the other one?
Well, back when Madonna was hot, because she old.
Yeah, she ain't aged right.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter
she
what
ain't
era.
aged right.
Madonna is Madonna. It don't matter.
Oh no, she old now, bro. She looking real celebratory right
See, what you can't do, you can't put Madonna in the same breath that you be doing like Halle Berry. Like, Halle Berry's gonna forever look good. There's nothing you can do
forever.
No. Madonna's an icon.
Madonna is
Skeletor right now.
It's getting real saggy up in here. It's getting real scary around this area. I don't know. She on some other stuff, man. I mean, a lot of people just tripping.
Exactly.
Can't do that.
I'm sorry, that skeleton.
Can't do that.
Well, I could call him Mum Ra too, so it's all.
Y'all fools.
Like, ugh.
Oh, she sound like Cobra Commander.
Oh, yeah.
That's
All right,
funny.
so
That's funny to me.
moving on, gentlemen. So we got to see what Y2K was supposed to be like a couple of days ago when the phone system went down.
Funny story.
Y'all fucked up out there over there, huh?
Funniest story. My wife hit me up because I normally pay the bills in the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Her money, my money, we pull together. I'm the one that actually legit gets on there and pays bills. She looked at me like, "You pay the bill?" I'm like, "Not yet, but the bill ain't due yet." You ain't paid the bill. That's what my phone acting. I'm like, "No, that's not what's going on. Your bill's not due till 26 by now." and I always pay early, so you have a credit on your bill right now.
Yeah, you never had a problem.
We never had a problem.
I got that text. Did you pay the bill? Huh?
Oh, you got that text too?
I got that text too.
Y'all was going through it.
Yo, I was at the barbershop. I was at the barbershop waiting to go get cut. Was waiting for fucking Rick Fame, and I texted him and was like, "Bro, I'm here waiting," and I wasn't getting no response, and I was like, what's going on?" So I tried to call him, and shit was just going straight to like it was just going to a busy signal.
Mm-hmm.
Then Angelo had the wherewithal to look on the internet and check and see what the fuck was going on. And Angelo was just like,
"Yeah, but who would think that there was a cyber attack? Come on, man."
When was this?
T-Mobile.
Yesterday.
Verizon. Yeah, they shut it down. Shut it down.
This was yesterday.
Oh, T-Mobile and Verizon.
Yeah, it was all bad.
Was it Verizon too?
It was Verizon too. In some
that's where my phone was at. But I could still get on the internet. I could still call people. I could still like video call people.
Couldn't call.
I could call landlines.
Facebook Messenger.
I called my job. I called a landline and they picked up. So I don't know if it was completely shut down for Verizon, but it definitely was completely shut down for T-Mobile.
T-Mobile.
Shout out for AT&T. You know, we don't deal with none of that. That's our problem.
That's because they're not going to take the time to screw with y'all network. Because why?
Exactly. Let us be. You know what I'm saying? I ain't done nothing to you. Let me be.
We got time to mess with. It's already a crappy network anyway.
Nah, see, y'all doing too much now. See, that's because they poked up Verizon so much. That's why Verizon got hit.
Verizon is the top network.
Look, keep dogging us out, so nobody keep touching us. We good. We gonna be all right.
With spotty signal.
Hey, if it's spotty, it's just because I didn't want to talk to you. That's what it is. Yep. They're like, your phone always tripping. It is always tripping. I don't know what I did.
Yeah, I'm on 5%. I gotta call you back.
Exactly.
5% is 30 minutes. Let's be First of all, don't tell me 5%. You better tell me 1. Oh, that's the
5%. They like, stay on the line. Hold on.
Hey, you could get to a charger, nigga. Stop playing.
Nowadays, yeah, ain't nobody letting me get away with that.
No.
My partner be like, come on, bro, charge your phone. That's true.
Now you tell me 1%. All right, cool.
Hey,
I want to get to the percentage. I'd be like, my phone is and just let it die.
Dude, I did that to my wife the other day, dude.
See, that's how you got to do it.
I picked the phone up and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, "I'm at 1%, so I'm not gonna get." Hell, man.
That's funny.
Oh boy. Oh man.
So I know we said we was gonna kind of stick to topic, but Sandman got off topic like 4 times.
Hey man, listen, we at 59 right now. We on time, right?
Hey, we going to OT though. We going to OT a little bit. We gonna go to OT a little bit. Hey. So they trying to bring back sports.
No.
So
Listen.
Are you going? Are you going to go sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game"?
Hell no. I ain't with none of that. I don't give a damn about no baseball. Football is coming back, and I ain't going to no games. That's my protest. I ain't going to a damn game. But I'm damn sure gonna watch my Raiders play if they do make them happen. If they do play. But I'm with the niggas taking knees now. Niggas, if niggas can take knees and you can't find them and that, everybody need to take a knee.
I do think it's absolute BS that Roger Goodell all of a sudden is saying that Kaepernick, you're welcome.
Yeah, he corny.
NFL.
So
You're welcome.
Here's the funny thing about Roger Goodell, man. He sit up there.
He's a loser.
As soon as I told everybody that would listen, everybody that wouldn't listen to me when that NFL video came out with them cats, with Michael Thomas and the rest of them cats got together and said, we need the NFL to come forward and say that, they made a mistake. That they're, that this is a legitimate problem. And as soon as my high yellow friend Patrick Mahomes, God bless him, he beat my 49ers.
Oh, Mr. Kermit the Frog himself.
Showed his face.
Kermit the Frog.
He was the next face of the NFL. Goodell was like, nah. Them owners was like, nah. No, we not. No, hey, Goodell, get up there and say something, please. Go say something now.
Yep.
So they forced him to say something. And then they had to backtrack, and then they had to and then Goodell said there wouldn't be an NFL without black people.
That's true.
How many times in circles have we said that?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. If the NBA, if the black NBA players, the black NFL players, and the black baseball players, I don't know, there's not a lot of those. But if there was just enough.
No, they just speak Spanish. They're Cuban.
True. Black. Okay. If we take all minorities and really just create our own shit.
There's three brothers in MLB, man. Three brothers. There's like three.
But we got a whole bunch of Cuban
but
brothers.
The minority wise, yeah, there's a lot of.
They got African, for real African blood in their veins, bro. The Cubans, that's us.
You take them if they were to leave those areas, leave those things, and create their own league, like the NFL get an any given Sunday type fucking league. You know what I'm saying? With a Willie Beeman black quarterback and everything black. It would. The sales of the NFL, the NBA, and the MLB would go down so low because everybody would want to go see some real players rather than watching all white players now at that time.
They tried that. It's called the XFL, and
that shit ain't getting enough traction. If the XFL was real enough and had money like that and took all black players, XFL would excel past any of this. All this shit.
I do like the fact that I like how they do business over there at the XFL, as far as like on the field, and like how they show the play calls, and like you feels like you get more of a insight.
The NFL is still in all that, brother.
I know that.
All that technology, all that shit's gone.
Yeah,
all that is.
That's bad for them. That was a test bed.
That's all that is. Old school Madden. That's all that is. That's the old 92 Madden where you get to pick your play and everybody know what play you're picking because you're going down to it and picking it. That's all that is. That's all the NFL doing. They're just like, yo, you want to learn how to play football? You want to understand how to coach? Right. Watch this. And then come watch the NFL and then start talking how you know some shit.
Right. You should have ran the double reverse.
Exactly. Everybody a couch coach.
The interesting part of that is that these college kids now are in cahoots with the universities that they're going to sign up for. So what we're going to see is some top-notch recruits. They're all going to be on the buddy system. They're going to do the LeBron James, let's team up, and they're going to go play for your Harvard. For your Morehouses, and they're going to play for your Southerns. They're going to be playing for your black universities. You're going to see that.
Yeah, a lot more kids don't go.
You're going to see it. I guarantee you.
But why do you feel like that's going to happen?
In the next 1 to 3 years, I think you're going to see that.
Why would that be advantageous for them to play for HBCU?
Because they still will be able to get drafted. They're going to get this. They're going to have the same things. If you put those athletes in that position to play there, they'll still get TV deals. They'll still get opportunities to be seen, and they'll still get drafted. It's not going to change your draft stock, man.
It's a little harder process, but you can still get recognition.
The reason why you go to Alabama and play for Alabama is because you're on TV all the time.
So, question: you're saying freshmen straight into college are going to do that, or you feel like?
I think the cats is like in high school when they come out of high school and they declare and they put the little hat on the table and shit. You're going to see more black university hats there. You're going to see Howard.
I want you to be right.
You're going to see Grambling.
I want you to be right.
I'm telling you. Remember that.
I think there would be a big surge.
Remember that I said.
But why are y'all saying these? Why do y'all feel like that would be a surge? Like, why do you think?
The reason why I say that there's going to be a surge of it is because these youngsters is in tune and know what time it is now. And it just takes the right athletes to be able to push that narrative. And when you got a LeBron James, Coffin says that shit. When you have
did he say that?
When you have I'm just saying in general. I think eventually you're going to get to the point where you're going to have that push of the traditional black universities attract more black athletes because they want to go somewhere for one to represent their culture. They're going to go.
I think that there would need to be somebody like a LeBron or something like that advocating for that because these kids ain't like they're going to follow the trend. And if the trend, I hope so, but I feel like that's what it's going to be the spark. They ain't just going to naturally do that on their own. Because they're gonna have everybody else in there saying that's gonna be career suicide. You need to go to Alabama. You need to go to LSU. You need to go unless there's some type of trend that starts that some major athlete says, "Hey, you'll be fine. You need to go to this. We need to start building up these schools." I'd be hard pressed to see that happen.
It's hard to back it up because we ain't got nobody like Cordell Stewart out here no more. Ain't another player that's come from an all-black college that's really excelled over the top. But I feel like it could happen. I feel like in the next few years, they're going to look deeper into it now.
So. It would take influence. It would take somebody who's influential to say it.
It's going to take somebody influential to say it, but it's also going to take these athletes to be able to be brave. And there's going to be there's going to be the top running back that's going to do this shit first, the top wide receiver. There's going to be the top quarterback.
I just don't think they're going to do it in a vacuum, dog.
The top lineman. And I think you're going to have these cats go and put their heads together because somebody's going to be smart enough to get these kids together and go, man, you know how much shit y'all be able to wreck if y'all went to fucking Howard right now? If y'all
I just don't think they'll do it in a vacuum, dog. I think it's going to take a spark from somewhere in order to influence them to do it.
Somebody gonna pop up, but yeah, it will take. It has to take somebody to. That's usually how it goes. It takes an inspiration. Somebody got to be the inspirational story. So we will see something gonna happen.
I love to see it, but I think in this environment that we have right now, and we have this this swell of pride and culture and all of this type of stuff. I think it's going to change the narrative with a lot of these things.
I mean, that depends on whether or not these fools can get back into school. Because right now, college is looking real suspect. So that being said, it's gonna take that too.
They ain't gonna let that money stop for long, man. You know better than that.
Come on now, they know how to kick fools. They literally kick fools out of their classes, dog. Like out of their dorms.
They're not going to let that money. They're not going to let that money stop for long.
Yeah, they're trying to start on time. They definitely is trying to start on time. They're trying to make some money off this.
But if they can't legally open the doors and let people live in the dorms, what are you paying for? And who's going to pay for that? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna pay $55,000 to a school when you can't even get room and board?
They will find creative ways to do this because not only are there dorms, there are other facilities that's outside of the dorms. They will find a way to be able to social distance. They will find a way to be able to bring these athletes in. Trust me, brother, they can make it. They got the money. They leaking. They basically just oozing money out their pores.
Yeah, but that's money that they don't want to take out of their bottom line. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to give that money up.
Dude, these boosters is where they getting the money from in the first place. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
The boosters give them the money. That's where the money.
Yes, I know this. They're not trying to go into the red for nothing.
They ain't gonna go. As long as you have boosters, you'll never go in the red, brother. You'll never go in the red as long as you have boosters.
Especially the top colleges, they'll be all right.
When you can go and you can pay a college coach multi-million dollars, and then the next season, be like, hey, he's trash. Get him out of here.
Yeah,
We'll just buy them out and get a new one. And they do this shit all the time because these boosters got that money, dude. I'm telling you.
Even if they don't, they working on it right now to figure out how they're gonna get this going because they want this season to start regardless of anything. They're gonna try to figure out a way to do it. If that means at some point risking some of these college kids' lives, they are willing to do it. Trust and believe. They looking into that.
They don't care, man. I just think they.
But my thing is, can we really be holding it now? Because everybody gonna watch. Let's be real. Cats is gonna watch.
Ain't wrong.
We can't say that. Oh man, they putting these kids at risk, and we know we're gonna be the first ones in front of the TV going, "Go LSU." Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And with no crowds with no fans in the crowd,
right, or
no fans in the stands, they're going to have to lean on TV. They're gonna have to lean on viewers. They're gonna have to lean on that TV money, dude. I mean, that's part of it. So that's why they want to start. That's why you had
the difference to me in the NFL and these college joints is like at least the NFL. Yep, you are getting paid to do this job. This is your choice to be out on this field. You are taking a risk, a calculated risk for this.
Absolutely.
These kids, I don't watch a lot of college football as it is, but if that's really how this is going down, I'm definitely not watching nothing because that to me is wrong. You know what I'm saying? You a grown man making grown man decisions when you're in the league.
They're gonna
you know what I mean?
They're gonna put these waivers in front of these kids, man, and these kids are gonna sign these waivers.
That's all bad.
And get them tested and put them out there.
It's going to happen.
That's a problem.
Dude, these are fucking corporations. All of these universities are corporations, and they're gonna find a way to make their money, brother. And it's like as dirty as it fucking is. The league is the NCAA is the dirtiest league of all time.
Yeah,
so they have always been that way. They've always been that way.
I'm definitely cool off watching anything college related if that's what the issue is.
Yeah, and I just think you're gonna see that. And you definitely see that with the NFL. It's like, man, I don't give a fuck about these players, man.
But that's the difference. You literally are you're a willing employee of the NFL doing a job that you are getting paid, compensated handsomely for. You're taking a risk as a grown man, not a person who's going to school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if they don't ask them to prorate their salaries like they did Major League Baseball.
Wait, what?
This is why Major League Baseball ain't started playing yet. They asked them, okay, they asked them cats, they said, okay, let's hypothetically say we had a 75-game season. The players union said, all right, we'll play the 75-game season, but you got to pay us 100% of our salaries. The owners is like, nah, bro.
Why would I do that? Yeah.
We don't have we doing it in front of no fans. We got no money coming through the turnstiles.
Why would they do that?
Right, exactly. They know damn well them players ain't gonna want to do that shit.
No, I'm saying the players should know well that the owners ain't gonna pay you for games that you ain't playing.
Dude, if I'm a player and you telling me that I gotta go out here and risk my life, possibly
ain't no got to. You grown.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me finish. Each player has that opportunity to go out there, but of course, the owners want the best players on the field.
Okay.
So as long as they want the best players on the field, they're going to want them to go out there to perform. So if I have to go out here and put myself in a situation to risk my life, waiver or no waiver, to risk my life. If I'm signing a waiver, you giving me 100% of my shit for those games I'm playing. You're not giving me 75%. You're not giving me 65%. I'm not taking that. You got to give me 100% of my salary because I'm playing 100% of the game for your ass right now, and I have a possibility of catching COVID. Fuck all that. You giving me all
which I feel you, but nobody would be twisting their arms to play. That's the only thing I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but like you said, it's their job. That's my job. I want my payment.
I feel you. I think framing would have worked a little bit better in that situation as well, because they could have called it hazard pay.
If you want me, if my job called me today and said, all right, Harvey, look here, this is what we're going to do. We need you to come in here. We need you to be around people, possibly put yourself in a situation where you can get COVID. But we want you to work for 75 cents on the dollar for your salary because we don't have a officer. My meetings. No.
No, it's not gonna work.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Bruh, it's a crapshoot with me going in, put myself in a situation to go to work. It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot to go anywhere in general, but specifically when you're in an enclosed environment with other people walking around freely. And here you playing a sport where people have to get up on you and guard you or tackle you or steal the ball or pitch to you or swipe tag you and do all of this shit.
Yeah.
No, you're giving me 100% of mine, homie. I'm not
I can feel
playing
you.
not a penny left.
I can feel that. You win this round. I win next round.
All right, so gentlemen, we went over by 15 minutes, which is still cool, man. It's a record for us because usually we close to 2.5 hours.
For real.
So I think we're gonna boogie on that. But before we do, we have a special presentation. I know that we played the song last week. We had some technical difficulties as far as with our podcast, so we didn't get to project the full podcast. And I will make sure that that's put up so where you can see the entire thing because I did have a tribute to George Floyd, a video tribute to George Floyd. But I think there's a better video tribute to George Floyd that we have here. We have the song "One for George." A matter of fact, let me not do that. I'm going to give it to Sandman, and I'm going to let Sandman be able to.
Oh, dog, I was going to let you get it. Okay, so name of the song is One for George. It's based off a track that I did while I was trying to deal with the murder of George Floyd. I made a track as therapy, and I put it up on SoundCloud. I shared it with my friends, and one of the people I respect musically hit me up. The 3 people I respect musically who can hit me up without question, and I'll send music to them without question, is Nightlife, Cap, and my boy Damani, aka Glitch One, the one half of the Beatniks in Charlottesville, Virginia. He can hit me anytime and be like, I need something, and there's no question. Harvey can, Nightlife can hit me anytime and there's no question. So with this being said, I sent him this song and he matched my energy lyrically. How I was feeling, the pain that I tried to convey in this video, he matched it lyrically. And then he got with a guy named Eric Hurt, who is a movie director. He literally does movies, he does commercials, he does this professionally. And Eric, one of our white brothers, on the strength said, I'm going to put this out and I'm going to direct this and use my talents. And when I say that they literally had a production, they had a production truck, they had a production van, they had a production tent, they had it literally, it was a real production, as if they were shooting a movie. The guy named Jason Lappa, who I actually had the pleasure of meeting last time I was in Charlottesville, did stills associated with everything that you'll see in the video. People came out in droves to be and to basically be a part of the video, and he shot stills with them, and they made an Instagram site called at one for George, and you could see stills, black and white, like high resolution, high grade photography of individuals who are expressing pain on this Instagram video, on his Instagram page. So again, this is One for George. If you go to, you search One for George, the Mobius strip, and what a Mobius strip is, I'm not going to get into that. Look it up, Google it. It basically never ends. So let that sink in your mind as far as what everything we got going on right now. But without further ado, this is One for George. This has been a lot for me, and my soul is in this song.
Woke up this morning to a post. Another black soul getting choked. The whole damn nation on the ropes. Please tell me how the hell can I cope? Feel a cry welling up in my throat. We ain't laughing no more, where's the jokes? Hit up Sandman for the notes. Then shed a tear for every line that I wrote. What's it gonna take for them to understand? There ain't a peaceful way to get an even hand. I know one thing from where I stand. I see the boys in blue acting like they in the clan. Ku Klux, oppress you for a few bucks, a pension in a new truck. White picket fences, security to do whatever they choose. Just another angry white man faces on the news like, how could this occur? He did what he did, and that moment was a blur. He had no choice, his hand was supposed to serve the death penalty for someone who don't deserve the treatment, that's my word. No excuses, we gon' burn this whole shit down till it's ashes in the urn. You fascists gonna learn when you attack us as a firm. Opposite reaction to the hurt. I'm tired, so sick and tired. Bird on the wire. Freedom ain't free for me, cause I'm required to pay with my sanity. I need a sign, a small piece of light. How much time's enough to get it right? How many have to die before your eyes? Enough's enough, we will ignite. This rage took ages to incite. 400 plus years plus tears. Blood, sweat, handcuffs, billy clubs, cheers. We want arrears, we wanna be left alone to heal. In a couple safe spaces just to feel whatever we need to, whatever is necessary to breathe through the smoke and the fog. The bigotry and unjust laws and excuses they make to say it's all our fault. Put your hands up if you had enough. We can't breathe through the greed and the lust for power is too much. America the brave, the power when it's young, and I know where I'm from. You can't tell me that I'm off base. After this year, you gonna know our face. We won't be silenced no more. We bring the noise. This one here is for George Floyd. This one here is for Tamir. I'ma do, I promise you, we stand right here. You're gonna deal with this pain that you birthed. The minute you came to this land and scorched earth. Genocide, slavery, rape of the women. Karma is a bitch and Satan ain't forgiving you for how you've been living. What we're giving's what you gave us. America, you made us. Or shall I say force the hand? How many heavy hands must we handle before we stand our ground and make demands? No more ask we take to take it back. Steal what's been stolen, feel what's been broken. It's gonna be the same way till you stop evoking such extreme emotion. Because you have the notion you can murder innocent people in the open. You think we didn't notice the patterns you've been showing, the savagery emotions that you came across the ocean. New tragedies unfolding. Every time I open up my eyes, takes me back to this song's first line. Woke up this morning to a post. Another black soul getting choked. The whole damn nation on the ropes. Please tell me how the hell can I cope?
So again, that's one for George. If you search that on YouTube, you can see that in high quality. They shot it in very, very high quality, so you can catch a lot of the imagery. Every image in that was meticulously sought after and handpicked for that video. They scoured the internet for that video. My main thing is, I guess, my dream would be for some reason for George's family to hear it. That would mean the world to me. So if you do watch the video, please share the video. There's a lot of circles of influence that you have as the viewers that I wouldn't have, that my brothers wouldn't have. So please help us get this out for more people to see it, for more people to be able to consume it, and for more people to be able to grieve, get militant, get woke. I feel like it's necessary for people to see. Well, not because I did it, but because it's real.
Nah, I completely get that and completely understand that, man. I think the video had a profound effect on me because I'm big as far as just on artistry in general and symbolism. That's all important to me. And I think, the music and the lyrics are one thing, but that imagery has to be strong and it has to call to you. And I think that really they did a really good job
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
what they call into me. I think it just invoked a lot of emotions in me, man. There was a lot of hurt and a lot of pain, but there was also a lot of pride because it's good to see when people just haven't just it's big it just haven't enough of this shit. Like this isn't enough.
Yeah. That's true, man. That's where we at, man. A lot of that stuff in excuse me, a lot of stuff in that video, it kind of just blended together if you think about it. Because I mean, it showed the slavery, and it's like, okay, we dealt with that, but yet it doesn't seem like stuff has stopped. They created prisons for a reason. Prisons wasn't created for white people. They weren't like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this for the white people. We created prisons so they can put more black people in it. It's like the system is never changing. So this is the moment. This is our chance. This song is the reason for people to go out and go find a voice for yourself. Make sure you voting. Make sure you putting out the word, because at this time, it's no longer a time to be silent or just to sit around and be like, something gonna happen. No longer time to wait. We can't wait for something to happen. We got to be the reason something is happening, because it's just not going. It's not gonna happen no more with us just sitting around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go Mark.
And I'd like to put a link to the video in the description.
Yeah.
To this, so you can actually go check it out yourself, full screen it, and really pay attention to everything that's happening, because there's a lot of imagery in this video, and it's one of those videos you definitely have to see more than one time in order to see the intent and all the intention that was put into this video. So big shouts out to Damani.
Good shit, man.
Big shout out to Eric Hurt. Big shouts out to Jason Lappa, another white brother that helped us out, and he was been an ally. And I'm just thankful for the fact that what I use as therapy has transformed and evolved into this, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Please make sure that you go out, you march, you show your displeasure, you go to the polls, you vote, you be active. I made a donation to my first pack today, dude. I felt good about that.
That's huge. That's real good, man.
I think this whole thing with having pride and everything like that, it can't be. I think it's going to be trendy to some, but I think it's going to be a lifestyle change for others. It's definitely a lifestyle change for me, because I just realized the importance. I realized of how important it is to show my kids this, and to be about what we talk about, man. And
right,
the only way this world is going to change for them is for us to be the leaders that we are and continue to do the things we do, especially as black men. You guys are very strong examples of black men, gentlemen that I trust, appreciate, and admire. Gentlemen that are very creative but very vocal when it comes to the struggles of our people and the plight of our people. So I do appreciate everything that you guys do and what you guys bring to the table.
Appreciate you, man.
Of course, same here.
For real.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and ride out. Difficult roads often lead to most beautiful destinations. Shoot your shot. Go for the win. You might make it. Peace.